Randy, I read something this morning you may want to know about.
Oh, what might that be?
I don't know where I read it. It could have been something called The Onion, some news source called The Onion. 75% of your eyebrow hairs fall out every day and they grow back.
Just the eyebrows, huh? Apparently it doesn't
it doesn't affect
work.
your head.
Doesn't work here, right?
Definitely doesn't affect your head.
Unfortunately.
How
So
you
you're
doing,
saying
dude?
these things come out, most of them almost every day. They fall out and they grow back right away, huh?
Yeah.
Nice to
That's
know
what I
that.
read.
I'll duly noted. Thank you, by the way. I appreciate that. Hey, you know what? We're halfway through the month. Actually, more than halfway.
Yeah.
We're almost ready for back to school time. And not just colleges, but the kiddos are headed back. So be careful if you're on the roads. Hey, Randy Wooden, work with Goodwill Industries of Northwest North Carolina and am the director for our professional center. If you're a job hunter, as we've been saying for years and years and years around these parts, if you need some help, services are free. It's a good thing. Reach out to me. You can find me on LinkedIn, certainly. And we're happy to try to help you get to wherever it is that you want to go professionally. Couple of times a week, I get together with this cohort over here and we share some tips and stories and talk a little bit about our upcoming Wednesday guest for the big show every Wednesday at noon. So we're going to get to that. But first, Teddy, who are you? And tell the folks a little bit more about you.
Oh my God. You guys may not know this. Maybe some of you know that I own Davie County, North by Gosh, Carolina. I live in Davie County, North Carolina, work in Winston-Salem area. My business is we teach business professionals how to use LinkedIn as a business tool. We're also teaching Google Workspace. There's a really cool new division that we're starting up. Love to help people figure out how to use those tools. A whole lot of fun to do the work we do, webinars, seminars, one-on-one coaching. Heck, we stand on street corners with signs. But Randy and I get together a couple times a week and we cut up and play a little bit, but we try to bring a lot of value that we can overcome that satire.
We do. We do. You know, when you talk about the signs, it reminds me of income tax time when you drive by and you see the people waving the signs on the side of the road, income tax or
Liberty tax
or pizza places, you know, pull in and what you're trying to do is not hit them. I'm like, stay out of the road. Hey, we're going to walk through a few tips we do every week, some things that happened in history, births, deaths, that kind of thing. So, yes, the Crack Research staff was hard at work this week, Teddy, not to let us down. Actually, I'm the Crack Research staff. So
hard at work.
Yeah, I'm pulling double duty. Yeah. All right, so births on the 22nd of August. Stormin Norman Schwarzkopf.
Oh, yeah, I remember him.
Yep, remember in the whole desert.
Isn't there a G.I. Joe doll that goes with Canon Barbie doll for him?
I don't know. He'd probably be pretty ticked if there were.
I have one in my closet, Randy.
Shut him down. Yeah, but he was certainly a general back in the Gulf War era. He's since passed away, but he was kind of the leader of that whole operation. So, yes, Norman Schwarzkopf, born on this date in 1934. Yeah. Carl Michael Yastrzemski, and actually, as a kid, now I'm a Red Sox fan, so he spent his career with the Red Sox, 3,000 hits, Hall of Famer, that kind of thing. But to spell his name as a little kid was like a badge of honor.
Oh, really?
Just like Wayne Gretzky. It's like spelling Wayne Gretzky, Yastrzemski. And so, but his name gets butchered, but a Hall of Famer born in the state, 1939. And you know what, Teddy? The most valuable baseball player in history, the most renowned baseball player in history, was born on this date, 1950.
Is that Willie?
His name was Ray Burriss.
Oh, my big brother.
Well, Burriss with one S, so you're not in his will. I'm sorry,
Ray
Teddy.
Burriss.
Ray Burriss, yeah, he was a pitcher. I had his baseball card when I was a kid. He was born in 1950, and pitcher in the major leagues. So, but yeah, only one S, so he didn't quite make the cut to be in the Burriss family of Teddy. Yeah, but he was in his own family.
I bet he's from South Carolina.
You know, he may be. I honestly don't know that, but I do remember a big, tall pitcher. So cool. There's that. All right, deaths on this date. A couple of songwriters. We've never heard of these folks unless you're in the music business and a nerd. So, I mean, these are the writers of the songs. These aren't the performers, the singers, that kind of thing. Jerry Lieber, maybe Leiber, but I'm going to say it's Lieber. He wrote, or at least co-wrote, the Elvis Presley hits, Hound Dog and Jailhouse Rock.
I had that on 8-track.
You did. Well, good for you. Also, a death on this date, Nick Ashford. And you guys all have an earworm the rest of the day between those two songs, and Ain't No Mountain High Enough. Ain't no mountain. Anyway, so he wrote that one as well. But here's a trivia death for you. 1965, this woman passed away. Her name, Ellen Church. What is she famous for? Well, apparently, if you haven't heard of her, she's not that famous. But what is she?
Was it her daddy that started Church's Fried Chicken?
I think it might have been her uncle, but so that doesn't count. No. She was the first United States female airline stewardess. It was with United Airlines in 1930. Now, I know there's no truth to the rumor that they're still looking for her luggage, but she was the first female stewardess, 1930. For United Airlines. On this date, here's another trivia for you. The year was 1902. Teddy Roosevelt became the first U.S. president to do this. I sound like I'm on Jeopardy, but
shoot a bear.
Nope. Ride in a car.
Oh,
yep. Rode in a car. 1902. I know it's a huge event. This, like I said, it was this kind of a slow news day, and also. In 1901, just a year before that, Cadillac Motor Company was founded. So, there you go. Those are some.
But I bet you he didn't ride in a Cadillac.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but he was the first to take that ride. So a story. We had Timothy Howell on last week, the chief people officer at Goodwill Industries. Actually, he's a colleague of mine. We work for the same organization. We were talking about how HR engages and sets guidelines and such for what we might call contentious or controversial topics related to news items, social items, political items, that kind of a thing. And so that was interesting, and it brought back a memory or two. And I can remember, I don't hear it this often now, but years back when people thought they'd get real creative with their outgoing voicemail. Especially when they had answering machines and you could talk for as long as you basically wanted to, whatever. Anyway, and how overtly political, religious, controversial the outgoing greeting was. And if I'm a hiring official, is that a good first look if I'm considering hiring you? And here's something, and I'll mention this and I'll throw it back to you. But years ago, when Al-Qaeda was in the news all the time before Taliban and anyway, Al-Qaeda. I remember reading somewhere about how Al-Qaeda was effective at recruiting and radicalizing folks the world over through the use of social media.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking, how is that possible? Is social media that powerful? And because I'm just a silly goofball on there, and I share stuff about job hunting, and I'm thinking, I just, it's not my style, but I guess, and now I see how it happens even in the U.S. with different political and other, factions out there, how people can get all amped up. Anyway, it's just not my style, but it was interesting. And I've always remembered that. And now I'm seeing more and more of that. And so not that that's necessarily a good thing, but just an observation of what's going on.
1987, Randy, to add to that story about how people get all hyped up. 1987, I built a house in Maryland. The dude who helped me put the air conditioning system in, he got a computer and he got a modem, and he started getting on message boards, and he hooked up with this woman from Germany.
Okay.
And this guy's got a wife and 3 kids, and he is literally locked himself in his bedroom with whatever it was, Gatorade back then, drinking whatever bottles, and he left his wife and met this supposedly German woman at the airport and went to Germany. Met her on a message board, ruined his life. So if we don't pay attention, we're going to get radicalized in one way or another. So yeah. Hey, here's my story, buddy.
Yep.
And it really is just a sign of gratitude. Look, you and I have been doing this. We're on show 123 today, or this week. And, we couldn't do this without our audience. We couldn't do this without our listeners. We couldn't do this with people who watch, without the people who watch our YouTube video, the people who show up, and the people who check out our podcast. So I'm really grateful for our audience across all those media. And I also want to let our audience know, those who have not discovered us, we're on podcasts, we're on iHeart, we're on, what is it? We're on Google,
Spotify,
iTunes,
Apple.
So yeah, really grateful for all of our audience and our special guests, because again, this show would be nothing if it was just you and me talking to a blank screen.
Yeah, we'd get tired of each other more quickly, but it's nice to have that engagement that we get on the show. So speaking of the show, you are going to do the interviewing this Wednesday. So who's our guest?
Dr. Janet Spriggs.
Yep.
And really a cool lady, pretty smart lady. I look up to her and what she's doing in the organization she leads. And what does she lead? She's the president of Forsyth Tech Community College. And we had a great chat 2 or 3 months ago. And I said, I want to have you on the show. And what she's going to talk about is the impact that community colleges have on our communities, our businesses, our economics, as well as our lives. So show up 11:55 a.m. this week and join us in a conversation with Janet Spriggs, president of Forsyth Tech Community College. So yeah,
that'll be good. She was part of our closing day ceremonies at Leadership Winston this past year. So just a real pleasant individual, and looking forward to having her on the show. I know we've got other folks in education that have been on and are coming up. So we're booked up for a few months, but if you know somebody that you think might be a nice guest and have a good topic to talk about, let us know and introduce us to them. And we're happy to have that conversation with them. So, hey, I've got a tip. And this is I drag it out every year, right? Every year this time of year is back to school. So
you go to Walmart and get your back to school supplies?
No. Colleges for the most part are back, certainly. And elementary, high schools, school systems are starting back. If they haven't already started, they're starting soon throughout the country. And so obviously you want to take care when you're driving and be aware of the kids, especially little ones that may not be, as alert on the roads and so forth. So there's that. But also, I write a column in the Sunday paper every other Sunday, and on the 28th coming up, it'll be my back to school column, and it's going to talk not about so much the kiddos, the little kids, but the big kids, guys like you and me. And what are we doing as adults, professionals, to maintain our skills or to add new skills? And I'm looking at you, Teddy, because when I think about a local guy who puts his heart and soul into ongoing training and developing classes, you're at the top of the list, man. So hats off to you. I know you got a lot going on with Udemy and places I don't even know about. But if you want to toot your own horn, now's a good time, because you got a lot of classes out there.
No, I love what I do. And, Udemy, Skillshare, Illumio, TabletWise, LearnDesk, Learn Formula, Bookboon, Educators UK, all my stuff is all out on the internet. It's easy to find. But and by the way, this back to school is not only back to school, dude, it's back to work. So the traffic out here in rural Davie County is just exploding with people going back to work. And so, hey, here's my tip, Randy.
Yep.
And we need to work on this. And we talked about, we're going to work on this. Okay. We need to understand this crypto. I mean, do you have crypto in your wallet?
No, but I had kryptonite as a kid, in case Superman came around. I was prepared, but
we need to understand. Hey, Timothy, I getting a drop out. Can you hear me? Timothy?
I can hear you.
Can you drop out for 5 minutes?
Sure.
We're recording the promo. If you would be so kind, drop out for 5 minutes and we'll be right back.
Okay. Randy, just text me when you want me to come back in.
Well, let's make this easier. Make this easier. Turn off your video. I'm going to turn off your video. And that's all you need to do. Timothy, that's all you need to do. Okay. Other than if you could be so kind as not speak for 1 minute. or for a few moments.
Will that work, Teddy?
That works. I've got the recordings good. I can clean it up. Okay.
Okay, because will it show his name as one of the?
No,
oh, okay.
No, they're only going to see the video, dude. So okay. Randy, we need to understand this crypto stuff, man. We really do. Yeah. You just because you had kryptonite that you got from the dollar store when you were a kid is not good enough. We got to understand.
Yeah, I got it with the Bazooka Joe bubble gum. Remember when you could save like 25 of the little wrappers and put a stamp or a nickel, and you could get X-ray glasses, you get kryptonite, you get all that stuff. Yeah. I was prepared, Teddy.
But you didn't save any of it, man.
Nah. Well, yeah, I'll look back.
But this is my tip. I really, I've been starting to study slowly what this cryptocurrency, what wallets, what NFTs, all of this weird stuff that I don't understand enough about, and I feel horrible about that. And I think we all need to understand or start understanding more about cryptocurrencies, crypto wallets. And I'm going to do my part. Randy, here's what I'm going to do, dude. I'm looking for someone who can speak to commoners. That would be me. Who can speak to commoners about crypto. And I'm going to bring them to the show, man.
Good deal. Yeah, we can both learn then. That'll be good. Looking forward to it. All right. Dr. Spriggs coming up Wednesday, right? So.
Yep. Yeah, it'd be fun conversation. So, all right, dude, look, you go off and have a good day. I'll see you in a couple of days and we'll make more stuff happen.
All right. See you.
All right, buddy.